Today I'm going to show you how to make a chili savoury pancake, caramelised onion, and a sort of semi guacamole to go on top of that to have our celebration menu. So I'm going to start with the caramelised onion. We may stop the video so that we can do the next stage, and that means that you can keep up. So I've peeled my onion and I've actually left a very flat bottom here so that the onion doesn't rock around. Remember, we're going to be safe when we're cutting. Again, we'll pop this in half and pop it flat down. With a bare grip, we're going to cut our onion. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect because this is going to be caramelised with some brown or raw sugar, a bit of balsamic vinegar, and we're just going to fry it off in a little bit of oil to make like a chutney. I might just leave that bit, it's a bit dangerous. Maybe cut it in between. And we'll do that again with our bare claw, holding our onion nice and stable on the board so it doesn't rock around. This is a really big onion. It's going to make the best caramelised onion, which is a beautiful topping. Now, some of the grade 5s and 6s have made this recipe, but I thought I'd share it so that they could make it again for a treat. So I've got my little pan here. I'm just going to pop a little bit of oil in, swirl him around. You don't need lots of oil, maybe half a tablespoon. Pop him here. And we're going to fry off the onion first. I'll just grab... We're going to fry off the onion first and mat it down. Now this is going to take a little while, so while this is actually cooking, I'm going to move on to making the actual pancakes. So bear with me as I chop and change from some videos maybe. We'll see how that runs. I don't want to have the video too long for you. So we're going to put that on the heat, let it cook down. So I'm just popping it on the heat there. And okay, this is part 2. So we've got our caramelised onions started and we're going to just have them beautifully cooking in the background. Taken a cup of self-raising flour, which I'll give you the recipe for. We're going to make a well in the middle. This makes 4 pancakes. A cup of milk. It seems like a lot of liquid, but it's pancakes, not a cakes as such. 1 egg. And we always check our eggs. This is one of our eggs out of the Stephanie Alexander garden at school, which is awesome. And I'll just give that a little mix. Now, before I mix anything else in, I'm actually just going to leave that sit there like that for a moment. And we're going to take our chilli. My cameraman's doing an awesome job. We'll just cut the end of the chilli. Now, we don't want the seeds unless you actually really love hot chili. I do not. So we're slicing it up the middle and spreading it out. Whatever you do, don't touch your eyes or mouth after you've done this without washing your hands, and really well. So I'm actually going to take all the chili seeds out so there's none, because my family, whilst they like a little bit of chili, they don't like tons. So the bonus of cooking at home is lunch for the family, which is great. Just clear my knife off. I'll pop that in my bin later on. Oops. Don't you love that? Okay, so I'm meant to be putting half a chili in. So again, got your chili. I always cut with the skin at the board because the knife goes through easier. So just using your little bare claw and a very fine cut. This is beautiful sweet chili. Well, don't know if it's sweet, but it's chili, and I love chili. adds a very nice dynamic flavour to this dish. And I might just chop it up a little bit finer there. Just rocking the knife. I'll actually show you. When using sharp knives and wanting to cut a small dice, if you put the tip of the blade down on the board and rock, it's very safe. And I'll just take that off there. And we're going to scoot that into our recipe. Now, the reason I've left it really fluidy is often when you have a flour dish, you end up with lots of flour stuck to the actual vegetable, and it actually doesn't mix through very nicely. I like to leave liquid in the middle so that I can have it so that the flour doesn't actually stick to the veggie. Now we're going to grate some cheese, just about 40 grams of cheese. You'll notice with this grater, there's the big blade and there's a smaller one. With cheese, we always use the big blade. This one's for citrus, for nutmeg and other small and finer grating, but we want to use the much larger grating. And what I do is when it gets small like this is about 40 grams of cheese, I actually hold it in the palm of my hand, press it just super gently. You don't have to do it really hard, and grab it with your thumb. You won't cut your hand if you do it really gently and with a light hold. You'll actually not hurt yourself at all. And it pretty much can grate right down into your fingers. So look at that, and super gentle. Just, we want to bang out the rest so we don't waste any. And again, pop that into our pancake. So we'll give that a little mix. That'll make 4 beautiful pancakes. And I'm wondering if my cameraman could follow me in a little minute. We're going to actually attend to our caramelised onions. So there you are, that's your lovely pancake mix, and we'll cook that in a moment. But we'll come over and have a look at our caramelised onions. They're doing very, very nicely. Now when they're cooked down, I'm actually going to put some balsamic vinegar and a tablespoon of raw sugar into that, or you can use brown sugar. Most people use brown sugar. I just don't have any, so I'm using raw. And we'll cook that down to make a very beautiful caramelised onion. I'm actually going to stop the video here and I'll get back to you. We'll cook this down and then we'll make our pancakes. Okay, so we've cooked our caramelised onion down a little bit. You can have a look at this where it's a little bit transparent. I'm going to add about a tablespoon or so. Now I actually ended up having to change pans because the pan I selected was way too small. So about a tablespoon of brown sugar or raw sugar, which that one is. I'm also going to add around a tablespoon of some balsamic vinegar. Now this is like slightly caramelized, but that's okay. Whatever you've got at home. So we'll add that. Then I'm going to put it back on the heat. So you'll have to follow me a little bit. And I'm sorry about all the moving around and short videos. It's just because this is in so many parts. So I'm actually going to pop this on the heat and just leave it. I'm going to put my pan for my pancake on the heat. I've got this nutty little spray bottle for olive oil. And I'll just spray a little bit in it and it just Doesn't overdo it, it's fantastic. Bear with me while I get organised here. And we've got our beautiful pancakes with corn and some chilli, cheese mixed in. I'm going to try to be a bit more even about this. About quarter of the mixture, and pop him in my pan, and we're going to cook him. Now while that's going into the pan, I'm also going to grab my other pan. We're going to cook some bacon here. So we warm our pan. I've got some lovely bacon here. That's going to be part of the topping for our pancakes. I'll grab my sprayer, my handy dandy sprayer, which I love. Gives a bit more of an even coating as well. And I'm just going to pop the bacon into the pan and let him cook away. You can hear my caramelised onion sizzling away there, and we'll give it a little bit of a stir. I might just turn my pancakes up just a little bit. Now while the bacon, the caramelised onion are doing their thing and the pancakes, we're going to go back over to the bench and we're going to make the guacamole topping for our pancake. So we'll come back to that. And we've got our veggies here for our guacamole. So I've got a beautiful avocado. If you want to know how to get your avocado pip out, you can squeeze on the back with your thumb, push it out, and so I just place my fingers there, push the stone out, and it pops right out. It's really fantastic way. I've only just learnt that just recently. Now normally I would mash my avocado, but I'm actually going to just do it I'll sort of mash it, but not too much. I don't want it too finely mashed. I just want it in a few chunks. I should have cut that. That was a bit silly of Mrs. Taylor, wasn't it? Oh well. Some nice big chunky bits. We've got some nice fresh tomato which we'll cut. Again, making a flat base. I might just trim him out. Don't want that little bit in there. Pop him straight down on the board. Bare claw again. And slicing nice big thick slices, because you want this to, we're going to do a big dice. So I'm just going to check our lovely pancakes and give these a little. So here's my caramelised onion. Here's the pancakes. Now what I noticed about these pancakes, they don't necessarily have little bubbles in them. So just look at that. Is that not yummiest ever? We've got our bacon cooking over here still. I might actually swap burners because I want my bacon to really start cooking now. And we'll just turn it down a wee bit, my pancake. Caramelised onion is going like an absolute treat. It's just looking so delicious. And we'll cook our bacon, because we're going to put some maple syrup over that soon, and that's actually going to become a maple bacon, which will be delicious. So if we can come back here and follow my cooking, cameraman's doing an awesome job. Again, just a bare claw. There you can. Get mum to help if it's a bit slippery. bit of a bridge for those smaller bits. And bear claw again. Just take your time. I do this a little bit quick, and I know that. It's for the purpose of moving through the video. I'm going to scoot that into here now. When we made it at school, we actually had it separate, but I thought since this might be a bit nicer to have all together, I'm just going to, I've got a nice piece of lime here. I thought we can squeeze some lime into the dish. Put this all in our scrap bowl. And we might add just a touch of garlic. Now, not much. You can see I've only got a little bit there. This is jarred garlic, only because I haven't got fresh garlic at the moment. Put our lime over there for later and serving. You can hear in the background that lovely sizzle. I'm just going to mix that around. Now, if I had coriander, I'd actually add some coriander to that, but we won't do that today. I don't have any, so we'll just leave it. I've got my beautiful maple syrup, just probably a tablespoon. We're going to flip our bacon and then pop the maple syrup over the top, and it will we'll caramelise it with the maple syrup. Look how yummy this is. Now, just remember that this is a sugary product, even though it's a natural sugar. So when you're heating sugar, it gets very hot and becomes very dangerous. This is where you probably need mum or dad or grandma to help, or whoever's teaching you cooking. Going to pop that there. We're back. Sorry, I had a bit of a media failure and it cut me off, sorry. So in the meantime, we've got our pancake. It's beautiful, ready to roll. And we're going to add our toppings now, which will be delicious. So what we have is we have our caramelised maple bacon. Now, if you're a person who loves crispy bacon, you go crazy on that one. I just find it's a bit hard to cut when you're trying to actually eat it. So we've got our maple bacon on top. I've got a little bit of lovely caramelised onion. The guys are just going to rip into this, I know. They'll love it. It's very, very tasty. We've also got our little bit of guacamole type topping. Now you can do it all in separate bits if you like. I just think it's easier to serve, so stack it up real nice like that. I actually have got a little bit of glaze here. You don't have to have this. I just have it in the cupboard, so I thought I might just do a little glaze over the top. Piece of lime on the side and some lovely homegrown parsley. And there you have it, our beautiful chili, corn and cheese pancakes. It's a savoury pancake that can be served either for lunch or breakfast. It's actually any time sort of a meal, but it's full of nutrition and beautiful seasonal veggies. So I hope today that you enjoy making your savoury pancake, and thanks for watching, and we'll try and pull all these lovely videos together for you. I do have some yogurt as well, which I might... Mr. Cameraman, can I please have a spoon? And I'll try and open this. And you can put, for the sake of just time, maybe just pop a little bit on the side. I found that nice last time, just to have some natural Greek yogurt. So thanks very much for watching. I'll be back with some more yumminess in some later videos. Maybe not today, but over the next week. We'll be cooking with some Brussels sprouts and some lovely cauliflower out of our Stephanie Alexander garden. Thanks so much.